Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So today we're going to be walking through my new gadget, the Shockwiz. If you're watching this video, chances are you already know what this device is all about. But in case you don't, it's basically a little device that attaches to the air valve on your fork and shock. And along with a smartphone app, measures changes to your air pressure as you ride. So the device tries to deduct suspension movement based on those pressure changes and is able to make specific setup recommendations to help you get the most out of your suspension. So you're probably wondering if the device works. Well, let's find out. So I'm not going to go into super in-depth with every single option in the app. I linked a few videos from Quarq, which do a really good job of that. But basically, the first thing you need to do is run through a calibration process to measure your compression ratio. Now this involves letting all the air out of your suspension and then cycling it a few times, airing it back up. So this is pretty tedious, especially for the fork, as it's somewhat difficult to get it fully extended with no air in the chamber. So when you're ready to start a session, you want to pick a section of trail that has a little bit of everything. Some climbing, some bumpy descents, even some jumps if that's your riding style. So after your session, you'll end up with an overall score and a confidence rating. The confidence rating is nothing more than the Shockwiz telling you that the sample size is sufficient. You can see the score I ended up with off the bat here was pretty good. And if you drill down further to the individual settings, you can see which adjustments you can make to drive the score up even further. Now, in some cases, keep in mind you won't be able to make some of the recommended settings simply due to the fact that your fork or shock won't have those individual settings. So after a while, this becomes sort of a game to get your score even higher. So while I thought I had the rear shock pretty much dialed in, I ended up ordering a volume spacer kit based on the recommendations from the device. And the overall suspension does feel better to me. So to answer the question if the Shockwiz actually works, in a word, yeah. If you're one of those people that have no idea how to set up your suspension, this device will get you in the ballpark pretty quickly. But at the same time, even advanced riders with lots of knobs on their suspension, let's say you have a Fox X2 or a Cane Creek DB inline, can definitely spend a lot of time getting each aspect of your suspension dialed in. Alright, so the next question is whether or not it's worth the $399 price tag, and it's pretty obvious for most riders the answer is no. Although, the device makes a really good rental, so if your local bike shop offers it as a service, it's definitely worth renting for a week or so. Or, if you have a group of friends that you ride with pretty regularly, you guys can all chip in and share the device. So the technologist in me can't help but think of the possibilities here. Now imagine if these sensors were automatically embedded into every fork or shock. Not only would it be cool to get that data overlaid into Strava so that you can see how your suspension was reacting to different parts of the trail, but imagine what SRAM can do if they're able to get this data back to their research department. They can get real-world data on how their customers are actually using their suspension so they can actually design them to be better. To take it one step further, can you imagine getting an automated email from SRAM telling you to add 10 more PSI in your shock and speed up the rebound 2 clicks? Creepy, I know, but kind of cool if you think about it. So the possibilities are endless. Will any of that actually happen? Who knows? SRAM product guy, are you watching this? Anyway, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.